Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It is another Wednesday. How you say it? Wednesday Wednesday. I don't know. Anywho, welcome to the finale of Opportunity October. I am here with two-thirds of my blog FFs. The other is away launching her book. Yeah.
For the book.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Janine or Regine Hunter, as you can see. You know these ladies, but I am going to let them introduce themselves if for anyone who may not know them.
Okay. Who goes first?
Oh, well, you're now
I'm
first since I
talking.
kicked Tiffany off
Yes.
the stage by mistake.
Yeah. Listen, backstage was a hassle. So hello everyone. I am Sarah Morgan. I'm the Director of Equity and Inclusion at Humoriso. And yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it. They
That's
know
it?
me. And whatever they don't know, they're gonna learn.
I am Tiffany Toussaint, and I lead recruiting for Mortensen Construction based out of Minneapolis, St. Paul area of Minnesota. And I am a mom to a junior in high school, and we do baseball in our house. Not in our house, but we are baseball people.
Baseball people.
And Prince
Mhm.
people.
And Prince people.
Because they Minnesotans. Minnesota.
That wasn't. What show was that where the lady used to do the Minnesota accent? Was that?
Tarzan? That's
No.
not what I remember.
It was when we were kids. It was like Small Wonder.
Golden
or
Girls.
one of
Rose
them.
is from Minnesota.
Yeah, but someone used to say Minnesota like that.
Minnesota. I don't know where I got that from.
I'm gonna have to look it up. It's
Y'all
gonna
don't
bother
really
me.
sound like that either. It's the same thing with people from Jersey. They be Joycey. We don't talk like that. So.
No, we don't. Wow.
No.
Oh, wait a minute.
Right. You see
Wait
the shade? You see how she gets. So you're supposed to be Sinclair. You're supposed to be the sweet one. But I feel like we might be switched. I feel like as we have
I don't know.
I feel like as I've aged, I'm more Sinclair than I am Maxine Shaw, and I think you might have some more Maxine in you than you give yourself
Y'all
credit
definitely
for.
have a hybrid.
We could.
I see the hybrid.
Yeah.
Sinclair
I
Shaw.
see the hybrid.
You're Sinclair Shaw. Overton Wakefield Jones is not going to be very happy about you saying that. But
No.
all right. So we said Opportunity October and opportunities to collaborate. One of the reasons I wanted to have you ladies on is because you are like, hello, some of my top collaborators. And love you guys, and I want to celebrate with you and the cat on my shirt. So
Is a cat on your shirt?
it is, yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
Thank you. Thank you. He has a party hat on.
Pizza, yes, because KeirstoWeen is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Countdown.
So one of the things that's troubled me, and I think we've had this conversation collectively and individually over time, is that this new idea that your coworkers or whatever can't be your friends, and that always, it's like these younger people will say, like, I don't go to work to make friends. And while I agree with that, I don't go to work to make friends, but it has always been a byproduct of going to work has been that I have come away with not just friends, but like lifelong, friends and collaborators. What in your opinion has driven that shift, I would say?
Well, first of all, like my reaction as you were saying that was full on Real Housewives. Who said that? Like, why are we? Who said that? Because I have, of course, I don't come to work to make friends.
Right.
But having a workplace friends and people, connecting to the people that you work with. I mean, you're at work 8, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. You don't like nobody. You don't want to get close to nobody while you there. You don't want to strike up a like that feel like who hurt you? That has
Right.
you, feeling like you have to be so closed off. So for me, I think having friendships at work is important. You have to have people around, no matter where you are, you have to have people around you that you feel like you can trust, that you
Right.
can confide in, that you can talk to when you're up, and talk to when you're down, and talk to when you need advice and guidance and a sanity check. Like, so if you don't have people that you consider friends at work, who do you do that with?
Right.
Um, I just can't, yeah, I can't imagine that. And I said, yes, thank you, Nicole. It definitely is
Yep.
an indicator of low trust. I can't imagine going to work and not, I am, in every environment that I've worked in, I've found my way to some kind of workplace bestie. And
Right.
Yes.
whether I continued in that environment or I didn't, I carry my besties with me. And
Right.
to this day, even if we don't work together anymore, we're getting together for lunch, we're texting, we're chatting, we're
Mhm.
updating
Mm-hmm.
what's going on with each other's lives. And I value those friendships that I made tremendously. So I can't fathom what it would be like not to have that ever at all.
Yeah. What about you, Tiff?
Right. And that I had the same reaction. How first off, I don't intend to go to work with the goal of making friends. I enjoy working. I love the type of work that I get to do. What I'm looking for, and what I have looked for, is can I do my best work in an environment that supports who I am and what I do. And if there aren't any people in that organization that support that, it's not the place for me.
Mm.
Much like Nicole said, it's definitely an indicator of, I wouldn't go as far as saying a toxic work environment, but it could end up that way. And in some pockets it could. And I've been in that situation where there's no psychological safety, there's no work bestie, I don't have a work wife or a work husband, and you feel isolated. And you don't have to go into an office or a co-working space or whatever the case may be and say I need to find someone, and be on a mission to find that person. It typically happens organically because
Yeah.
of the collaboration that's being done based on the work that needs to be done. You've got common goals, you've got organizational goals that cascade through the business and down throughout different teams. You can't sit in your workstation by yourself and expect to do all the work all the time, heads down, elbows up, and not interact with anybody. Just it's not healthy, and you're probably not going to get a ton of work done unless you can build relationships with other
Mhm.
people in the organization. So you don't have to go into it saying, well, I'm going to find my new best friend. But in some instances it does happen. And like Sarah, I too have people that I've worked with and we've stayed connected for years
Mhm.
and still get together, whether it's a lunch here and there, a coffee, a happy hour, and there's still that work connection, whether it's the same industry or if it's, we're all still working in human resources or recruiting. And I'll
Mhm.
reach out to someone that I've worked with and I say, hey, how does your organization do this? I'm
Mhm.
looking at building or revising something. If you don't have that connection, you're starting from scratch every single time.
Absolutely. So I was listening to both of you, um, and something came to mind. Do you think that we have this mindset because of the types of careers that we chose in human resources and in talent acquisition, where trust and relationship building are paramount and are key indicators of how well we're going to do our jobs, or how safe we're going to feel, or and all of that? Do you think that has something to do with it? Because I look at people that
Hmm.
do other things and I'm like, yeah, I don't really know who their work friends are. Like, outside, and I'm like, oh, you know what? All my work friends are recruiters, HR people, DEI folks, attorneys, like people that are connected to, in some way, human capital or talent development. So, yeah. Or I should say, all my friendships that grew from work.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. First of all, I don't like people. Like y'all know, I am the introvert of the group, the residential high introvert in this group. And so left to my own devices, I'm not gonna do too much to make connection. I have to I have to commit with that within myself. So I don't think it's necessarily industry driven because I feel like I would still be an introvert no matter what work I was doing, and I would still hold this like way of being no matter what I was doing. And then also for me, several of the people that I've made close connections to, work besties and my work moms and dads and people that I've connected to and held on to throughout the years aren't even in my HR department.
Right.
They're logistics people, they're operations people, they're accounting people, client service, customer service. So it's really run the gamut for me in terms of where those connections have been made. So it hasn't. I didn't necessarily tie that to HR. Now some of them are within my HR department, or it may be the recruiters, even though they weren't a part of, the HR department in that particular organization, payroll, which is very HR adjacent. So that may be a part of it in some cases, but then there are folks who don't even really work in HR, but our connection is just because we felt that like Tiffany said, that organic thing, that brought us together and made us able to bond and talk and get to know each other. So I don't know I don't find that to be true for me.
Okay.
I am not the introvert. I'll tell Why'd you shake your head so fast?
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo,
woo.
I will talk to anybody. But so very similar to Sarah, a lot of the people that I'll connect with or have connections with are not solely from roles that I held or because of the connection in HR. Maybe it's because of the partnership that I had with them as a result of my role as an HR leader. But it was, an operations leader. I've worked for engineering and manufacturing companies. I work for a construction company now, and it's, going out and touring factories to better understand what's happening and how I can best support that business. Now it's project site tours. So getting to know the project managers, the project engineers, the field operations managers. And if there happens to be a connection because we've collaborated and I've taken the time to understand who they are and understand their business so that I can most effectively support them, and that carries through. I don't think it's directly related to the fact that, I chose HR and recruiting as a career. I think it's just there's a common goal, there's work that needs to be done, and you just, you kind of vibe with someone, and then you have an ally in the business when something goes sideways and everyone starts pointing the finger at HR. You've got someone in the business who's your bestie, who's your aunt or uncle or cousin, brother, and they can say, nope, that's not how it's supposed to be. And you've got someone standing up for you. But again, to go into it and say, I'm going to work so I can find a friend, or I'm going in and I'm going to only hang out with people in HR and build that cohort and my posse simply out of HR people. That's never how I've approached my work or how I connect and interact with people.
No, and I misspoke, because I definitely do have close connections with people who work outside of HR. But some of that was because of, like when I worked at Raytheon, for example, we all did spin class together, or,
Yeah.
so
Yep.
like, and I call them my OGs, like my older people.
Right.
And, one became my baseball, OG, and he happened to be also friends with a recruiter who no longer worked with us. Rest in peace. To Gary Espinoza. But yeah, so it was always, I do feel like the common thread has been recruiters like tie people together, or, hey, talk to this guy over here, or something like that. But yeah, I see those types of, those memes and things all the time about, like, and we see and we laugh at them. We even share the TikToks of, like,
because it's partially true. There's some truth in it.
And I think we've all been in environments or around people where you don't want to be friendly with them. You don't want to get too close. You don't feel safe, being around those individuals. Right. And so you do wall yourself off. I always jokingly say that, like, people that, for me, that are like, oh, Sarah is so quiet and sweet, and like, that just means you don't know me, or I peaked your game and I stopped interacting with you, because otherwise I'm pretty polarizing. So
yeah. So Stephanie says, makes me think that due to the super social environments in schools, having work besties is very much the norm.
Yeah. I would imagine so, for knowing she's in education. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So let's talk about some shenanigans that come with collaboration, because we know they do. Yes. Sometimes, and then again, these are conversations that we have had offline. I'm not going to air out our business. I'm not going, or anything like that. But I see both sides of it, and I'm going to make a point here. So you'll have people who will say, for example, because this has been said about me at work, not online, about basically, I'm tired of hearing her name. Like, stop mentioning her. Like, stop suggesting that she do this work, or that she be the person to X, Y, and Z. And I think that sentiment carries over into our broader HR community, where it's like the same people, seem or appear to be elevated, amplified, and things like that. And people could say the same thing again about us, because when one of us has an opportunity, if possible, I think we do reach out to either to one another, or to people who are like, and I think we do a good job of sharing and giving more people opportunities. But I think at the end of the day, if someone wants to make an issue, like I said, like, you could point the finger right back at us, like a Spider-Man meme, and be like, like, how dare you? You're like, well, these are my people. That's why I reach out to them. I trust them. I know their work. These are my people. So how can we do a better job of opening up our collaboration opportunities?
Ooh. Tiffany, I'm gonna let you take that one first.
She just set you up.
Because she doesn't like people. She doesn't want to talk to anybody.
Be on my no new friends energy sometimes, so I'm gonna let Tiffany.
Hashtag no new friends. So there are a couple of things. So we ask one another, because, as it's been mentioned in the comments a couple of times, it's about trust. I trust you. And I know that if I refer a client, or if I refer a friend who's looking for support in an area that I know you can help, I know they're going to get the support that they need. So it's in our outside of work circles, our professional connections, it's easy to do because we know I've seen Sarah's work, I've seen Kirsten's work, I've seen Janine's work, contributed to it, but at its core, I know that the work quality is going to be there, and the support that someone gets referred to you, or the support that you offer someone that gets referred to you is going to be top notch. That's just how it is. Someone I don't know, I don't have that experience with them, but if it's the way that we can expand, this connection is, I could say, Sarah, who do you know that you've worked with that I can connect my operations buddy with? She's looking for, she's looking for a mentor. We're in a male dominated industry. Who do you know that you've worked with that you can connect that person with? When it comes to inside of an organization, an association, or whatever the case may be, wherever you're working or volunteering, we can do some of those same things. Maybe even, starting out very rigidly and doing a rotation, making a list and then rotating through that list instead of always going to the same people. The reason we continue to go to the same people and those same people get that recognition is because each and every time maybe it started out, they raised their hand and then they did a really great job. So we kept going to that same person because we knew that the job was going to get done.
Yeah.
But if we start, like I mentioned, very rigidly and using a kind of a rotation, that's one way. Or even asking the person that's always getting the praise and recognition, you do this really well. Would you be interested in collaborating with someone from another group and showing them how you do your job and showing them how you've obtained so much success in completing these projects or tasks? And then, so on and so forth. Maybe it's a mentoring program. Maybe it's a rotational program within your organization or association so that people can see that there is an opportunity to advance and collaborate with other people to get more experience and then get them where they want to be within the organization, whether it's moving upward or zigzagging and gaining different experiences.
I like that. I like all of that. And I wanted to put a pin in this because you mentioned lists and that made me laugh. And there's some
I was thinking more of a chart and we go to Kirsten, Sarah, Janine, Tiffany, and then we rotate again. And then,
right. That's pretty much what happens. So like these lists,
list they're getting lost though. For some opportunities, the list gets lost. I think that there's nothing. I will say this: there's nothing. I don't see anything necessarily wrong with collaborating with the people that you feel high level of trust, comfort, camaraderie with, right? Like I don't in and of itself, I don't see that as being a problem as long as you're honest about it. Don't be out here in the streets pretending like you are this open person, willing to work with anybody, willing to offer your expertise to help put people on, whatever the case may be. And then the receipts don't show that that's actually what it is. The lie detector, as Maury would say, says that is a lie. You are not the father. So don't be that person. And pick a lane. If you are like, this is my crew, I rock with them. I know some other people. I can probably make some introductions, but this my people. I rock with my people. I can't really go too far outside this circle. If collaboration beyond this circle is something that you want and need, I ain't your person. Just be honest and upfront about it. But the issue, I think, comes when you have people who are pretending to be these kind of, advocates, inclusive,
Yep.
list maintaining,
I was gonna say the list builders.
the
Yeah.
list builders type of individuals who are passing out opportunities like Oprah gave out car keys back in the day,
Ooh.
when without telling people that they had to pay the taxes before they could take the
Right.
car off the lot. Okay. So if that's how it is that you rolling, it's gonna come out, and then you're gonna look like you're not being honest about the way that you show up and operate in your spaces. And I would rather be honest about the way that I show up and operate in my spaces. I've said this on a number of occasions. Again, I'm an introvert. I have social anxiety. I am not the best at, networking events with large people and all of those kind of traditional networking things. Give me the heebie-jeebies, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
So Tiffany knows this. Tiffany has literally held my hand in events to make sure that I was able to come meet this person, come meet that person. I want to make
I
sure
collect introverts.
absolutely like infinity stones. Okay,
Mhm.
Yes.
to be collecting us and like infinity stones and Pokemon, and I love her for that, because and I have what I call my airbags. You, Tiffany, being one of them. Kate Bischoff being another one. My cousin, I'll shout him out. I'm not sure if he's in the chat today, but my cousin Nate, locally, is a magnificent connector of people. Candia is another one, a magnificent connector of people in a natural way of, and just has a natural way of connecting with people and bringing people together. I don't possess that. And
Mhm.
when in the moments where I've tried to do it, my brain is like, ma'am. So I have to operate in the place that is authentic and real for me. So what I'm gonna do when somebody reaches out to me for a collaboration opportunity that I know is not my space, I'm gonna hand them off to somebody I know who has those infinity stones, who has
Right.
those Pokemon connections, because my vat is empty. It's not what I do. So I think that there has to be room for both, and I just think you have to show up honest and authentic about
Right.
where it is on that spectrum that you operate. There are some people who have connections across lots of different industries and lots of
Yeah.
different specialties. There are some people whose connections are very specialized. And then there are other people who just don't hold that connection. And that all of that is okay. Just be honest in how
Right.
it is that you're actually showing up and what you're willing to give to the world.
Is that Daddy out in the background?
Hey,
Yeah. He just brought me a plate of food.
Oh, what you eating? Mustard.
what you got?
Let's
What
see.
Daddy-O feeding us today?
Bacon?
Bacon. That's why we love Daddy-O. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Dad.
Man, is that real bacon? Okay. Yeah.
It's there.
Well, people put, that thing with the turkey. They said that that's bacon, but
No.
they call it bacon. Yeah.
But one of the things, Sarah, that you mentioned about people taking on things that are outside of their area of expertise, because they've portrayed themselves, and as Margaret said, the great pretenders, they portrayed themselves as being all things to all people and inclusive, and
Mhm.
they can do just about anything. When they do that, they take something in that isn't necessarily their area of expertise, and they do it poorly, then that dilutes everything else that they've done, even within their area of expertise.
Right.
So
And we don't even recognize the potential for like harm that we cause
Right.
when we do that. Like, not only are we cutting someone on, am I flashing? What happened? Not only are we cutting someone off from potential opportunity and that is deserving of that, which flies in the face of everything that we preach about equality and equal access and equity and so forth, right? But we're also creating potential for harm. People in a lot of these situations, people are paying premium dollars.
Right.
people, and a lot of us work for organizations where our budget for continuing education, seminars, and those sorts of things are very limited.
Yeah.
And now I've paid, and you ain't giving me what you supposed to be giving me because you being stingy with opportunity or afraid to admit that this isn't your sphere of
Right.
excellence to someone who, invited you to come. And I just think that that's a dangerous practice that we have to, I hope, begin to call in, and because it's been called out a lot.
Right.
So I hope that we begin to call it in, and I hope that people begin to show more willingness to defer when it actually makes sense to do so.
Yeah, and I think some of that though comes from a scarcity mindset, and I'm only speaking for a Black person like myself, because if you remember at the beginning of remember like during the pandemic when everyone wanted DEI speakers and things like that, like how many times like I should have just taken my easy button and reprogrammed it to say that's not what I do.
Right.
Because I would always, pass those opportunities off to someone else. Or if I did, like when I was writing for a diversity magazine, I did research, or I called on other people to provide me with data, and then I reported it back, because that's not what I do. There's a diversity aspect to talent acquisition, but if you want a DEI practitioner, then you need to go and find a DEI practitioner, not just a Black person who you say, well, here token. Oh, sorry. Wait. This is my show. Why am I covering my mouth? Shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all got real jobs. And I'm out here acting like Kirsten. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here comes Maxine. All right, well, let's move on. Anyway, yeah, so I get the scarcity mindset. So those of you who still feel like, you only get opportunities every once in a while, if an opportunity drops in your lap that's not necessarily, as Sarah and Tiffany have said, not in your wheelhouse, then, throw that over, It's a hand that's open to give is also open to receive. And you throw that over, you might get 3 more things from them that you didn't even know about. So holla back.
And I think too that we also, when the opportunities are not coming to us, we have to be willing to create our own opportunity.
Right.
And because we are, as individuals full of ideas. We know what we don't know. We know what's missing in the spaces that are that's needed. And so we have to, I love that, Margaret. Tokens up for
the train.
Yeah, I definitely, we have to be willing to do that. And I know each of us have had to do that in our own careers at times, to just be like, all right, this, the things that I want to come to me are not coming to me. So I'm going to pivot and create a lane, create an opportunity, for myself. And in the process, put some of your people on if you can, to create that. So I think I think there's more opportunity for us to do that. And in that way, that's how social media continues to be the great equalizer. As much as I have a love-hate relationship with social media, I was just talking to Christina Minyard about this through Instagram. Like, I would delete all these apps if I could. But at the same time, I recognize that there is some value that comes out of having presence there that has to continue. And so I just have to be more selective in how I engage.
All right. I love it. I think that's a great place to end the business-ish. The business. Like I said, you guys are my key collaborators, co-conspirators. All of the things. I will cut 3-4 people, flip over all the tables for y'all.
Guys, when you was talking about Kirsten not getting opportunity, I don't even have earrings on, and I'm like, nah, like, who said what? Like,
I don't either. I don't have no earrings.
don't either, but I'll take whatever I have. I'm gonna take it off and be ready to run. Like, who we fighting?
Glasses.
So
Oh, we all have our glasses on. I
we
didn't even
too.
notice.
I know that.
3 blind mice. Anywho, what's all
We
y'all?
go in.
What are your Halloween plans? Like, do y'all do Halloween in a big way or no?
No.
I haven't for a while. I used to take my son out, but
yeah, like when the kids were little, I did. Now they're old enough to go about by themselves. We did get the dog a costume. We'll see if he's gonna wear it.
I doubt it.
I got it as well, but it was only $15 on Amazon. So if it ends up going to waste, I won't feel bad. But he's gonna be Chewbacca, and I'm
Oh,
as he should be.
as he should be, right? And I'm gonna put on my Star Wars garb. It'll be
nice.
a hodgepodge of Star Wars things, and walk him around the neighborhood and let him see all the humans in their costumes. So we'll see. The fact that he gets to wear it and like go outside and see, other humans might be enough to get. But that's about it for me.
I mean, he's so nosy.
Hey, he can hear you. Liam can hear you, Tiffany, and you're gonna be on his list. I just want you to know.
I know. I'll send him some treats. I'll give him some cookies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since he didn't get any cookies
upstairs,
today.
mad because he didn't. I wouldn't give him cookies.
So, do you guys get the trick or treat? I get no one knocking on my door because no one's walking up 3 flights of
HOA
steps.
gives us signs to put out if you
have
don't
candy.
have candy. So we put up our sign like don't even buy.
Okay.
Them.
I didn't have anyone last year. My old house we did. In our office building, we were hosting trick-or-treaters tomorrow afternoon. So anyone who wants to hand out candy gets to put a sign on their workstation, and then the kids get to walk through and get candy.
That's so fun.
They still have all the rules now, like you can't give out Reese peanut butter cups and stuff like that because of peanut allergies.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, that might just be in Northern Virginia. We have a lot of rules around the type of candy you can and cannot give out, and that's okay.
I think I think it might be the closer you are to DC, the more rules there are.
That's two. I don't even have a comeback. Like that's two. Dang. Man.
We don't have any rules.
No, we ain't got no rules.
So y'all lawless. You're lawless out there.
Lawless out here in the Carolinas.
You're literally like 4 minutes from Virginia, so I don't want to hear that.
4 minutes.
You don't live far from Virginia.
I'm an hour from the line.
Okay.
That's not 4 minutes.
Well, it is what it is. Whatever. Anywho. So predictions, I hate them. So we're going to skip them. I already know Sarah puts sugar in her grits. But what about you, Tiffany?
Here we go. I knew this was coming. I'm not even
going to ask you. So what about you, Tiffany? The sugar go in grits?
Butter and cheese.
Ooh, a little salt and pepper, some bacon. The bacon that your dad just cooked for you.
Yep. No sugar.
It up. All right. Sinclair says so.
I do what I do.
All right. So I'm gonna go back to Sarah. What's your go-to song? And I'm gonna say for the week because I know yours could change.
Yeah, for this week.
Or this season, this time.
Season.
Like when you need to, get excited, pump yourself up.
I'm so like situational with my music that I don't even know that I can answer that question. And I know that there has been, and at the moment, like I wake up pretty much every day with something, I not sound like really old right now, but I wake up with a song in my spirit. And
you don't share it with me.
Well, no, I'll do that tomorrow.
Thank you.
And so that ends up being like the thing that I sing in the shower, and usually, I hold with me for the day, but it changes
Okay.
of
So what
what
was today?
I don't even remember. I was trying to,
Oh,
but
all right.
sorry, brain. I know one day, like the nobody greater searched all over, couldn't find nobody. Like that was in my head one day this week. And so yeah, I've had.
I look high and low. Sorry.
Thank you, Margaret.
We love her.
You
Margaret.
already know.
Margaret is our friend. Like we love her.
Yeah. If there was another person on Living Single, it would be Margaret.
Um,
But it's
yeah.
only
I'm
four
trying
of
to think of
you.
who there is.
There's
There's
no.
only four people. Because then when they got that one, remember when the show was about to go off, and then they got that one dude to replace Kyle Barker when he went
Yeah,
to London.
the show went.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that lady. Yeah.
What lady? I blocked her out of my mind.
The one who she was the DJ.
Oh, I don't even
She used to
remember her
come on
character's
MTV, I
name.
think.
I know.
I'm going to Google it when we're
I can't
done.
remember her name. That's how. And that's not Margaret, because Margaret is significant.
No. All right, what's your song, Tiffany?
I was trying to think of one. I have artists, like
Okay.
I have go-tos. So Prince, of course, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, didn't we cancel him?
We did.
I don't know. I thought we still didn't talk to him after Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl.
Well, listen, Janet told us that she and Justin had made amends, and she feels peaceful. So if Janet's not mad, I don't know if I still have to be mad.
Well, cheers to that. Thank you.
Okay. Foo Fighters.
Okay.
Ooh.
And Hall & Oates.
Okay. No, I know all of those people, and as y'all know, or if you do follow me, and I haven't been walking this week because my ankle hurts. And if you notice, I had my foot up on my chair. It's raining today, and you know how old people get in the rain with their extremities.
I don't know that.
Anywho, I'm gonna skip that one. I'm not gonna give you a 3 for that one. I'm gonna just skip that one. But y'all know, like real talk, like how come no one told me how good country music? Here comes Liam. How good country music is. Like I like country music now.
Really?
They got good songs.
Original stuff, yes. Original.
Good songs. Huh?
Original,
I couldn't tell you about country music. I never really. Every now and again a song will come across, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay." But overall,
I watch CMT in the morning after I talk to Sarah for like at least 30 minutes while I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm like, unlike video shows that we used to watch, like on like it's not the same videos every day. Like I'm learning new songs every day. I'm like, this is great. I love it.
Huh.
No matter what mood I'm in, if I'm ready to go, knock some windows out, they got a song for that.
Yes. I remember like Oak Ridge Boys and some Dolly Parton. Mm-hmm. I don't know about today.
I was big into Bonnie Raitt. I still very much enjoy her music. I have a Spotify playlist of her stuff. I was big. Is
that right?
Yeah, I do. I was big on Bonnie. I loved it with her.
So Wendy confirms that older country music is much better. Dolly. All right.
Dolly.
We're gonna go with that. So someone send me some folks outside of Bonnie Raitt, Loretta Lynn, that I can look up and listen to their music. What we got here? You have to check out Chapel Hart, Three Sisters Singing Country. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Margaret. Y'all get this on y'all playlist. Y'all want to ask me any questions? Like, why my shirt so awesome? Anything like that?
Why your shirt so awesome?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where it come from?
Banana. Where else? Like, I know two people. Listen, y'all know I'm very, very easy when the clothes. Like, if you notice, I have not worn a cardigan in quite some time, but I did downsize a bit of my cardigans, and I got them packed into one, like of those things, so that I can see them and I can just pull them out. And now these are the fold up cardigans, not the hang up cardigans, because there's a difference. Yeah.
Yes, but there is a difference. Really
but yeah,
is.
I have a cardigan store here, like, and I like these little these little fun sweaters too.
Yeah, I actually realized yesterday that I've been working from home fully for a year now, and my outside clothes, they need help, because I was in the struggle. I had a training at an actual client's location, and I was like, what is I'm going to do? Like, I had no idea. I had like trying to put an outfit together was a struggle. And so most of the time I'm a fashion mullet, where I have something Zoom presentable on the top and some sort of like sweatpant legging on the bottom, depending on how many times I anticipate having to like go outside, and what the weather is going to be. So like today is raining, so it's definitely thick socks and sweatpants kind of day for when I have to take out the dog and get the mail and all of that stuff. But if it was a little bit warmer, I could do a legging and I wouldn't need socks, right?
Would you wear your Crocs?
Yes. Listen, my Crocs I wear everywhere now. Like I don't even need other shoes. Like, who needs other shoes when I got Crocs and I can change out the Jibbitz to match the season?
Oh, are you mulleted as well, Tiffers?
Yep.
And of course I am.
My hair has been. It had to be the mullet today because my hair is so.
My hair is in a mullet too.
So unruly.
I'm not even going to tell you what the back looks like. I'm not even going to tell you. But
I don't want to know what's going on all back here. It's so unruly.
Yes, I have leggings and gym shoes on right now.
Love it.
Look at you.
Well, I had to leave my house to.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have shoes on.
I only wear and I need more of them. You know, the yoga socks, because they have the they have toes in them, and then that too. But they have the little, like, the pads on the bottom so you don't slide.
Yeah, the grippers.
Yeah,
that's what I call
my favorite.
Yeah, the grippies.
Were.
So I'm curious. You have a birthday coming up.
I do. Sunday.
What is it? Yes. What is it that you are going to do to celebrate KeirstoWeen?
So, KeirstoWeen used to be a big deal for me, but I'm just like, Plus, people aren't. So again, it was easier because I did something like for a minimum a week, and then I would do like one big thing at the end, because I do have so many different groups of people that like to celebrate with me. So I did something for everyone. But I'm going to tea on Sunday afternoon on my actual birthday. So I'm going to get dressed up, go to tea with 3 girlfriends, and just hang out. And that's it. Drink some champagne.
Are you ever going to bring back like full on KeirstoWeen?
What'd you say?
Are you ever bringing back full on KeirstoWeen? Because I miss a KeirstoWeen turn up.
So
I know the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic ended at KeirstoWeen for sure. But some of that too.
KeirstoWeen 50.
Yeah, KeirstoWeen 50 is still some years away. No matter what. Don't push me too far now. But some of that too, KeirstoWeen started to scale down too when I didn't work for a company anymore, and I worked for myself. So there was only so much money I was willing to front. Yeah. Right. For different outfits, and because I got to have a costume on every day. Yes.
So will you walk to the coffee shop and get a free beverage?
No.
No?
No, it's too far. You remember I gotta walk back. I
You're
can't walk
not
that
even gonna
far
do
anymore.
your
Okay.
free birthday Starbucks at the drive-thru?
I won't get it on my birthday. Because like Sunday morning, I mean, again, it's on a Sunday. So Sunday morning, I'll probably get up, just reflect, relax, maybe drink some. I'll drink coffee then instead of, or actually, I won't. I don't need to drink any coffee or any tea because I'm about to have that later.
That's
You
true.
know?
You do have tea going on.
And I'm gonna have some champagne too.
Pop bottles. You
Maybe one, not all of them.
For breakfast?
There you go. I'll do that.
It's KeirstoWeen.
Yeah, I'll get some special pajamas. Y'all know I love pajamas. I get some special pajamas to wake up in, pop me a bottle of champagne first thing in the morning, and then go meet my homegirls. But after that, nothing, because y'all know I'd be tired after,
take a KeirstoWeen nap.
Yeah, Saturday I do want to go. So that's another thing. I used to go get a massage and a facial. Get my. I used to do a spa day. Like, so maybe I'll do a spa day Saturday. Maybe. I don't know if I want people touching me. Like, I don't know. But they still got COVID. And stuff.
COVID's still out there. That's
yes,
true.
you can ask them to mask
so
up.
interesting, like how, like getting back into like all those things that were so normal to us 3 years ago are now like, ooh, I don't know. Like I'm still, having gone to like conferences and things like that. Like I was at a conference earlier this year where it was the first time I've been at an in-person conference and they didn't socially distance the chairs.
Oh.
And I was like, what they put my mask on? I'm just, it's like, wow, we really was just sitting in each other. I don't even know you. I don't know your back status. And we just buddy, hips to hips, oh my goodness. Like those sorts of things now. I was like, we was wilding.
Raw dog in the air and stuff. Look at us. Imagine. That's so
I'm still there's a lot of that I still am very cautious and not quite ready for. And I know COVID's not over, of course it's not, but it, the impact of it is beginning to lessen and we're all grateful. And there are a lot of benefits that I think that we've reaped in ways that our lives have changed because of COVID. Like we needed as a collective to slow down and to sit down and to not be so hustle and bustle busy. But yeah, I can't say that I'm particularly excited to go back to crowded places and stuff like that.
Well, so after my birthday, in July I bought tickets to go to the Harry Potter experience, the Forbidden Forest.
Oh wow!
And that's Thursday evening. But I have to go to Philly for Friday, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But that may be also, part of the KeirstoWeen. That was part of the KeirstoWeen celebration. We'll see.
It should be.
I haven't figured out if I'm going to be able to pull that off and still go to Philly. So we'll see.
Some grown lady stuff right there.
Yeah. As Stefan would say, yeah. We have forgotten more things than most people will ever know.
We got, like, for those who may not know, Kirsten and I went to college together, so we've got a solid 25 years worth of experiences and running gag jokes that we can tap into at any given moment. Tiffany's been in the circle almost a decade now. We got a lot of shenanigans going on in this group at any given time. So,
and no one knows what we're talking about half the time.
But
poor thing.
And it's okay. And it's okay. Going back to like where we started, like of having affinity towards people and wanting friendship and collaborations that come out of that are normal, natural things that we should all be striving for in some way, shape, or form. It's one of the things I hate most is hearing women who can't trust other women.
Yeah, that's
And
weird
I
to
was
me.
like, they still make y'all? Like, what is going
Right. And
on?
don't
Like, y'all be-
support, not even
it's a
just
dating
not
app.
trusting
Like, what
them,
is
but
happening?
not supporting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I don't have
like
no
even
women
going
friends. You are 45. What do you mean?
You
Like,
say you are 45.
still, like in 45 years, you have not found a woman that you
Nope.
can trust outside your mama to trust and hold on to. That's so sad.
right.
It really is. I
Yeah.
mean, you guys know, like I'm only in the group because of Sarah, like y'all were like, Sarah was like, oh, she's cool. And y'all were like, all right. Or there's people that I am close to, like that y'all were close to first now that I'm like, they're like, you're like, oh, go talk to her. I'm like, okay. You're like, hey, you're my best friend now.
Yeah. So, and
Like,
then y'all, the best part is that like when y'all go off without me, because I was connected to like all of y'all first, and I be on my David Ruffin. I made y'all like how y'all getting together without me?
cause you're she's like, wait a minute, are they together?
Are they together without me? Like I made y'all. Nobody to coming to see you. Like I made y'all. Y'all
Well,
are
when it started,
especially the
for
Khadijas.
real, when it started for real with them like fully embracing and me because they had already known each other. Janine and Tiffany had already known each other. But you shouldn't have, it was your wedding. Like
It was my
that's your
wedding.
fault. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't hang out and do hood rat stuff with us. So that's on you.
That's when it started.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I know, y'all was like taking your own pictures. I was like, what is this? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Not taking our own pictures,
Taking your
ma'am.
own pictures? How am I not a part of this? Like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I said I shouldn't have
absolutely.
sat y'all at the same table. That was my
Huh?
fault. I said I shouldn't have sat y'all at the same table. That was my
I
fault.
didn't sit with them. I
You
didn't
did?
sit with
Oh no, that's
no.
right. Because I made you sit with our line sisters. I'm sorry. It was your job to keep them wrangled.
Time out. That seems like a good place to end this conversation. Sarah just the bomb, like bang.
Tiffany can't be the only one firing shots, you know.
Yeah, like I invited y'all to celebrate me. Not
This was a celebration. We had a great day. It's like the season finale
So
and all over
y'all
again.
emptying the clip.
Where's unique when you need them?
Oh, man. I'm about to get my dragon and fire this whole thing up.
The mother of
The mother of
dragons.
dragons is here. Like I'm about to blow y'all all up. Oh man. But no, I really do. Like I so appreciate y'all. Um, I'm glad we did this. I didn't want to, or I didn't know if I wanted to, but I'm glad we did. Thank you for making me laugh for an hour.
mm-hmm.
Yes. Only we could do this where we laughed for 30 minutes and actually gave people something to take home with them outside of us having our own conversation. So I love you guys. Been a pleasure to be, for you to be part of everything that has happened with Trav Recruiter. And I'm just excited for what's next.
Yes.
All right. So next week,
5 years.
I asked someone to be on the show, but I don't know if they are going to be able to do it next week. So we're going to have somebody on next week, allegedly.
Don't know who.
No, I don't. And that's fine. It'll work out. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, we're going to have some good guests for November too. And then December, we're closing out with folks like, I'm about to call her out. She don't even know, like Wendy, because she said she wanted to do like a holiday. It was her suggestion. I'm going to have the young ladies from Baked HR. We're going to do a collaboration show. So we're going to have Wendy, we're going to have Christina and Jazzy, some more fun folks to close out the year. Appreciate y'all. Celebrate KeirstoWeen responsibly. Don't be out here acting a fool on the weekend. Wear your costume. Drink your drinks, eat your candy, but don't act too foolish. And I'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.